What up, people? Just wanted to record a little update on all of the stuff that I've been working on. Just the never ending list of creative tasks and projects and ideas. Um, but first, I wanted to talk about getting out of your own way. Um, I was going through my closet of just miscellaneous wires and camera equipment and stuff and came across this. Ah, oh my God. A huge box of promotional stickers for my web series, Gentrification, co-starring the very talented Ingrid Volset. Shout out to Ingrid. I've worked with her in a couple of projects. Huge, mega talent. Yeah, man. So I just ran across this big box of stickers that I paid for and I never put up. And this is sort of a reoccurring issue with me, and I'm sure that there's other creatives who can relate where like I work on something and I put my everything, my heart and soul and blood, sweat, and tears into it, and then I promote it somewhat. I tell people about it. I email, I post on social media, and then I get caught up in the next passion project or the next thing that I'm trying to chase, and I never give it the justice it's supposed to have, as far as like as much energy as I put into it to create it. I don't spend as much energy as I should promoting it. So yeah, I just wanted to start off talking about this and about go check out Gentrification. It's on the site, stupidjupiter.com, stupidjupiter.shop. Was on YouTube, but I'm going through a whole site revamp and just a whole new business model where you're going to be able to see all this exclusive stuff on the site. You'll see clips and music videos on YouTube. You'll be able to get those there. But I'm switching up the whole strategy, which is why I started thinking about getting out of my own way. So you're going to see some more promotion, a lot more promotion for Gentrification, as well as the other series that we've worked on in the past. But yeah, I just wanted to shout out Ingrid. And yeah, just let people know, other artists, like, you gotta remind myself too. It's like, you gotta put as much energy as you did into creating something as to telling people about it. And I feel bad, I don't want to say depressed, but I feel bad when I come across stuff like that, because I think about in the moment when I'm creating these things, how passionate I am. And I look back and go, man, that was a really good time, because a lot of this stuff for me is not rooted in the end result. I actually love to do this. So the process is what I fall in love with, and which has kept me going for all these years and keeps me creating, is I love the process. But the end result should motivate you as well. You have to get out there, get out of your own way, and promote, and don't be afraid to feel like you're spamming people, because that's what I feel like. I feel like, oh, I've told these people about this 10 times already, which reality is I probably mentioned it 3 or 4 times, and how many people actually remember or went to go check it out. So again, go check out Gentrification. It's a 10-episode series. It's very personal. To me, it's about when I was in interracial relationship and sort of that dynamic, and really just relationships in general, and being in New York City. So the next thing I want to talk about is keeping with that theme of just consistency, is updates for Tony Booby and Infinite Doobie. So we are coming up on about 3 years of production on this, and I would say we're about 75% done with principal photography. I thought we were closer to like 80, 90, but every time I go back and edit, the perfectionist in me is just, I want to reshoot, or I want to find some more inserts on rewriting to find a better way to make a joke pop. But it's very exciting where I am right now in the edit. But unfortunately, the weather's turning here in New York, so there's not much we can do in terms of reshoots. So in the edit, I'm really trying to focus on a lot of animation and scoring, sound mixing. And one of those things that's like, I feel people kind of skip over when it comes to the tone of a movie. They look over is the transitions. The transition from one scene to the next kind of like it's the glue that puts your scenes together, but that also dictates the tone of your movie, whether it's, slow crossfades, it's wipes, it's like Quentin Tarantino likes to do, like the title cards that sort of separate one part of the narrative from the other. All those glue pieces definitely add to the overall tone of the film. So that's something that I'm actively working on that you can't really think about when you're writing a script. You think about it somewhat, but you don't know how it's really going to impact the visuals until you actually sit down and edit. So that's a big part of where we're at now. And scoring, of course, which, this is going to have a lot of original music. Looking to have a trailer done. That's exciting. A trailer done by end of January, so we can start the promotional just buzz for this thing that we've been working on. And I'm so appreciative of all the artists that have been working with us and believing in this project every step of the way. And that's what really motivates me at this point in the process, is making sure that we all have something that we're going to love and be really proud of showing to people and putting out there. And it's funny. We have a lot of fun so far shooting this thing. So again, that's a big part for me. What I love is part of the process is just putting these things out there and just doing it, just making these things, actually being on set, working with the actors, working with the director of photography, working with literally everybody in the crew as well. So this is the part where I would like to talk about a few films that I've seen recently. I don't know if I really want to call it movie reviews, but the idea of a movie review to me is like, it's weird. It's, I watch movie reviews sometimes, but everyone should make up their own opinion about a piece of art. Like, someone telling you if something's good and then you go watch it or view it or whatever, and then you have that person's opinion that like is weird to me. But anyway, so recently I saw the Long Walk, which is a film adapted from a Stephen King novel. I never read the novel. I'm an avid Stephen King fan. Like, I've loved pretty much everything I've ever read by him. I love. He's easily my favorite author. The Long Walk it's an interesting concept. It seems very familiar to the Hunger Games sort of idea. We have this dystopian future and people competing in a contest to better themselves and their families through financial gain or whatever, because apparently the country's in a state of like nobody has any food or money, everybody's doing bad. So the Long Walk is a contest where everyone walks, and if they fall below, I think it's like 4 miles an hour or something like that, they get shot. And they just keep walking until there's one person left, which is an interesting concept for face value, which is why I like Stephen King. He takes these like, which could be a mundane thing, but it's interesting to see the execution. The idea, though, spoiler alert, that a human being could walk over 200 miles without stopping kind of like started to break up the film a little bit in my head at certain points, because it just like the disbelief, my suspension of belief was just like starting to crack a little bit. It's like, you wouldn't be able to walk that long. I don't care if they were handing you canteens or whatever. But the analogy of, or I should say the allegory of the walk, and this sort of this theme that makes itself present over and over in the film of the journey. Like life is this journey, and it's a series of moments, and you know, it's not about the end. It's not about the end goal. It's about who you meet on the walk, how you hold yourself together on the walk. So it's I enjoyed that part of the film. I thought that part of the film was really good. That just that metaphor for us walking through life and cherishing the moments that we have with the people that we're walking through life with, for better or worse. The realism of someone walking for like a week and a half straight, like walking while they're sleeping and using the bathroom and all that stuff, that starts to fray at the edges a little bit. But the overall theme, I think, was pretty strong, and it was pretty good. And Stephen King narratives usually have really, really interesting three-dimensional characters. They feel like real people. They talk like real people. So that was really good. I did enjoy it. I would say that for me, The Long Walk is something I would probably watch again. Another film that I saw recently that I would love to talk about, it's a little bit more fun, less serious, is Predator: Badlands. Now, I'm also a super sci-fi geek. So Predator: Badlands, to me, I went in, and this is not because I watched a review beforehand. I went in with low expectations. Not because I hate the Predator movies. I actually like more of the Predator movies than dislike. But the idea of the Yautja being the protagonist was a little bit sketchy for me. I was just like, I don't know about this. I like a lot of the Predator comic books, and they make the some of the Yautja protagonists in that. But yeah, I wasn't too like keen on the idea of it in the movie, because it was like, all right, he's gonna, like, the Yautja, they hunt alone. It speaks a different language. Like, what is it gonna be, like a silent movie? I don't know. But I wound up thoroughly enjoying it. It was really good. It was really fun. It's not too deep. I think it repurposes well some of the lore from the comic books that have been developed. And I think if you've never read a Predator comic book, that this sort of could be like, what the hell is going on? But all of this is like established lore with the Yautja and their clans and the way they sort of socialize or not socialize. And the addition of the synthetic from the Aliens universe, because Aliens and Predators share the same universe. So you have a Weyland-Yutani android, or synthetic rather, that's sort of the audience. So that way you get somebody for the Predator to interact with, you get some sort of comedic value, and you get that sort of thread that makes it feel like it's from a shared universe. But yeah, I thought it was really good. It's setting itself up well. I think, of course, with the studios, they're gonna probably want to franchise this thing out. But yeah, it was a really fun ride. They're touting it as like, oh, there's no gore because there's no humans dying in it or human blood, but there's plenty of alien and synthetic blood. But it is a fun ride, and you do find yourself rooting for the Yautja, the main one. I think his name is Deck. By at least the halfway point, because he's on this planet where literally everything is trying to kill him, and he's dishonored from his clan, so he's got this retribution sort of story arc. So you root for him. But yeah, I think it was a pretty solid Predator film. Definitely one of my favorites so far, and I'm looking to see what they come up with next. Yeah, this makes me want to dig back into the Aliens Predator universe. I think I'll watch Alien Romulus again, and look out for that talk review later.